Hello, this is going to be a video about high fidelity sound with earbuds. This is not going to be about inner ear monitors, IEMs, ear canal earphones, and also not about Apple iPods. This is going to be earbuds. Start right off with the Apple earbuds here, which look like this. So we can get these to focus. This is Apple earbud. Somewhere, there we are, and earbuds. There's the plug. All right, earbuds, Apple earbuds, no bass. There's like some kind of a cutoff here in this earphone. It's there's just no bass. You can equalize it all you want to, and you won't get any bass because there's just a complete cutoff there. And there's a little better picture if we're focusing on that, which we're not. Yeah, there it goes. So anyway, these are outer ear. They're inside the ear lobe, but they're outer ear, not the inner ear. And anyway, the earbuds tend to be kind of bright. There's no bass, and EQing, if you do it right, doesn't really help much. You can add a little bit of warmth to the sound, but that's about all you can do. Earpods have real bass. They are EQable. They are rather bright, so if you want to go after those, you can get a good hi-fi sound out of them. Now here's another earbud. This one here is from a company called One More, or the earbud is called One More. I forget what the company name is. Beautifully made, just an amazing little earbud. And sits inside the outer ear, but also it sounds best pressed up kind of pretty much against the ear canal, but not inside the ear canal. Like the Apple earbud, there's no bass. EQing doesn't help. It just gets a little warmth to the sound, but it doesn't really make for a good hi-fi sound. The other amazing thing about the One More earbud is that it has best cable I've ever seen on an earbud, and compared to most headphones, it's a woven cable. Looks super strong. This is the kind of thing that it's just an ideal cable. Great cable. But unfortunately, there's no bass, and EQing doesn't help. It's just tragic design, I think. Don't even know why they made such a thing, and it wasn't cheap. It's like at least $20. Here we have Edifier P180. This little earbud here actually has real bass, like the AirPods. This is the first of the 3 earbuds I've got here that actually has real bass. Has a pretty decent cable. It's rubber, not fabric, but pretty decent cable. Probably about a 20-degree angle earplug there. Don't know why they did that angle like that. Edifier P180 has, looks like a 1-button control there, so it'll work for start, stop, next previous probably. Edifier P180, not bad. I don't, since I'm using an iPhone, I can't show the EQ curves on these. But if you know about my EQ curves, you know that they're done in such a way to produce a hi-fi sound without going overboard with it. And last of these 3, I have something called Yuin, if I pronounce it right, Y-U-I-N. I'm sure that's Chinese, but they've been around for a long time making earbuds. Pretty expensive earbuds in some cases. This is the PK2. It's not much to look at. Yuin PK2. Got a rubber cable. Looks pretty strong for a small earbud cable. This is a plug that only has 2 connectors on it, or the 2 connectors and ground, where some of the other ones had the Apple type connector. So anyway, there's the Yuin PK2, and Yuin PK2 has a fairly light bass. There's some cutoffs, so you really can't get deep bass on it, but it does warm up a lot better than the Apple earbud or that One More earbud. So it does have a fairly decent response. I consider it a really good hi-fi sound, but if you're into pipe organ music, it may not be so great. Here's the Yuin case, which is has this little outer sleeve here. And it has this little box, real nice little box. And if I get this box open. Yeah, there's the box opened, and we can see there's a little cylinder inside, a little plastic cylinder here, and inside the little plastic cylinder you put your earbuds, and then there's the extra ear pads in there, which I never use because they don't really do anything. Some people say they find them more comfortable. I don't know, I'm skeptical about that. The one more had a really fancy package with a with this it has a little outer box here that folds around this thing, and then inside we've got the this metal dish. The metal dish closes up. This really takes up too much space for an earbud to carry around in a pocket or anything, but there it is. And so to anyway, it makes sense out of all this. If I were going to use earbuds, of course, talking about being outdoors with something that doesn't isolate. IEMs do isolate real well sometimes, but the earbuds do not. And so what you're going to get with the earbuds, if you're around traffic or something like that, you're going to get too much noise. So people use them probably inside of coffee shops or someplace where it's fairly quiet, but so there's no isolation to speak of. But they're really tiny. You can tuck them into anywhere, and they're really durable because if you don't break the cord, because you know, it's probably just a little piezoelectric transducer in there, drive or whatever. And but anyway, I just wanted to get the comparison of the sound of these things, and so I would most highly recommend the Edifier P180. Of all the reviews I've read, I don't know that anybody really lays it on the line good about bass, because Yuin is usually considered good for bass, but you know, in comparison to an Apple earbud, yes, but in absolute terms, no. So the Edifier was just something I happened to find by accident, and that's the best. And the treble, especially if you do any EQing, the treble becomes very, very choppy because, you know, there's horrible resonances in there. And but if you can work with that, with your equalizer or whatever, then you can come up with a real high fidelity sound. So I consider the Edifier the best. The Yuin PK2 is next best, decent for most music. And the rest of them, no, just strictly for voices and things. So that's it. Thanks.